What it is, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another week of Chicken Bone Alley, brought to you by SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, our buddy Randy Keene with RK Motorsports Consulting, and Earl Raymond Racing Engines. What's up, guys? I'm David.
I'm Sterling. What's up, y'all?
Boy, we got some good weather around here finally.
We got some nice weather. We got to enjoy it.
It's perfect now.
Got to enjoy our spring for about a week.
Yeah, because it's going to be in the 90s next week.
Yeah, to go. I mean, it was literally 44 the other morning. And then...
there was one day last week. What was it? The whole day, I think, we never got out to 50s.
Yeah. Don't make sense. And it was, 78 yesterday, I think it was.
Yeah, it was perfect.
It was nice.
Perfect.
Very nice. One of those low humidity days that we don't get much of.
No, we don't ever get that. Not in the South Carolinas.
Not in the South Carolinas, folks show.
So, you got any gas in your truck?
Well, I hope I don't have gas.
Fuel. You got any fuel in your truck?
Let me tell you something, Bo. This whole deal has been a mess. But with the fuel stuff, when it first started, diesel fuel around Florence here where we live, there was no shortage of diesel fuel. It was just everybody lined up to get gasoline everywhere. And we never had a shortage around here. Still don't, that I know of, as far as diesel fuel. Dude, I went down to the beach yesterday. Pretty much as soon as I hit Horry County, no diesel fuel, nowhere. We called I think probably 6 or 8 different gas stations. None of them had diesel fuel. Called all up in North Carolina. No diesel fuel. I was getting ready to come back home and because I was getting pretty low and I had like 100 miles to, I could go and went up and tried one more station and fortunately they had some. So, I filled her up there and we're good to go for a while now. I'm good.
Oh, well. I haven't, I don't know. I guess I've just landed right every time. I haven't found a station that was out of fuel.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, they're all back up and running now, but it was.
Yeah, a lot of them, but the non-ethanol fuel was hard to find.
That.
Yeah.
Couldn't find that because I was looking for it. Because, Will, tell you about our adventure the other day. Tell you a little bit about it.
Well, having to work late Friday kind of messed that up a little bit, but for me, but not for you though. Worked out good for you.
Well, it was all right. It was we decided we was gonna ride for get some lunch. Sterling said, "It's your last Friday off." Because, yes, I went back to work today. So let's ride, go get some lunch. Because we won't be able to. Well, I thought we was like going to get a blooming hot dog or something.
Blooming hot dog.
But he's like, no, let's run to Columbia. All right.
Well,
all right.
We're going to go to Hooters. You know this.
So we go to Hooters.
If we anywhere.
We go to Hooters. And I will say, that was the best smoked wings I've had in a while at a Hooters.
Yeah, they've been slacking.
And normally they hadn't been good at 2-notch, but they ended up good.
They remodeled 2-notch and everything. It's a whole lot nicer now.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what we did Friday. But then somebody said, let's ride over here to this motorcycle shop and look at motorcycles. Okay, I'll go. Well, there's where I went wrong.
They had too much to choose from over there. That was a major issue.
And I kind of, that was a major issue, but I limited to myself. I was like, I don't want to spend X amount of dollars, whatever. Dude's like, well, I got a perfect bike for you, dude. And I was like, well, crap.
Daggum. Yeah.
So, yeah. Rode the motorcycle back that night.
he got him one. Yeah, he got him a nice Harley there, and that place is pretty cool, man. They got a pile of used bikes there that are in good shape.
Oh yeah, really good. Capital City Cycles in Columbia. They're on 2-Notch Road. If y'all in the market for for a nice used, mostly Harleys is what they got up there. But I mean, lightly used is what they get. When we say used, that word is used very lightly, because most of their stuff didn't have many miles on it, and it wouldn't, but maybe a couple years old. Most of it.
Yeah, they
There were
definitely
some older ones, but the majority of it wasn't but a couple years old.
Yeah, they had a lot of really nice stuff there. And man, they said they sell 250 bikes a month.
That's what they aim for.
That's insane, dude.
That's a lot of units to move.
A lot. They were constantly moving them while we were there for a little while, and
that tells you they got the good price on them, though, if they moving that much.
Yeah, for sure. So definitely a cool place, and they took care of him well, and you had no problem. You cannot go to that place and not find something that you're looking for. There's no possible way.
Yeah, in like any price range, any size, any build of bike, they got something you like there. I promise you. Well, they're not sponsoring us at all. I'm just telling you. I promise you, they got something you like there. There's so many motorcycles in that place. And I used to work at a motorcycle shop years ago, and we never kept that many bikes in.
No, dude. I mean, I what you say? I'd say they at least had 200 bikes.
Yeah.
In the
in the two showrooms.
Yeah.
And they also had them outside.
Yeah.
So yeah, at least, and that's not counting what was in the back that they were still getting ready.
Yeah. Definitely crazy. How many they had there? So that was pretty cool. So yeah, we did that, and David rode home on his brand new.
Yeah.
Brand new to you. It is brand new to you. News, yeah.
As Danny Lockamy likes to say.
Yeah.
Newsed.
Yeah, so that was pretty neat. So yeah, we did that, and his he didn't have much of a break-in period. He just left there and got straight on 20 to come home all the way. I was
Run at 80 mile an hour. Let's go.
Let's do it. So yeah, it's a good nice bike though, and comfortable bike. So that's cool. We had bikes for years when we were younger, and built them, and had the more uncomfortable ones, I guess you should say, or I did. Built bobbers and all that, fabbed them up, and now that's definitely not something I want to ride anymore.
We got old.
Yeah, got old
and brittle apparently.
Look for the comfort now, I guess, but yeah, we got rid of them years ago, and just we've been talking about it a good bit and getting them again and riding a little, when we can. So yeah, it'd be fun, man. Looking forward to it, and
yeah, I will tell a little quick story real fast. When I went to buy this bike, me and Kayla had talked about, I wanted another bike. And she had kind of said, yeah, well, you need to find you one and stuff. Nothing. Basically she gave me the go-ahead to really be looking. I was kind of scared, though, because I was already signing papers on this thing.
I was scared too. What are you talking about?
I was signing papers on this thing and hadn't even told her I got it yet.
I ain't lying, but I was about to order some flowers or something and send it to her. I was scared.
You're going to need to. You're probably going to have to order flowers for another cause, I thought.
Yeah. I was like, good Lord, I don't know. Last time she talked to us, we were at Hooters. What?
What? Huh?
What happened? What just happened here? But no, she was cool about it. So that was cool. She loves them. And y'all were able to go out and ride some yesterday. She loves it.
Yeah, we rode over 100 miles yesterday, and she just wanted to ride more. So I'm glad, and that's the perfect bike to do it. It's a ultra classic. So yeah, got a big old trunk on it, and put all the junk in there. And
lazy boy on wheels.
I love it.
Yeah, it's nice. Really nice stuff. Comfortable, good bike for sure. So, yeah. So that was then, and Saturday we had us a
shindig,
a multiple birthday party. I don't even know how many people's birthday it was. I think it was like 4. I don't know if
I ain't really found out whose birthday it was yet.
I really don't either. I have no idea.
Joey, whoever Joey was. Tell Joey happy birthday. Happy birthday, Joey.
I have no clue.
Where's Joey?
No idea.
Joey.
But yeah, we got to go to a good friend of ours, Glenn Lohan, and his family there, and their compound, I guess you say.
I ain't kidding.
In the middle of nowhere. I say it.
It seemed the way we went seemed like it was in the middle of nowhere. The way we came back, didn't
wasn't
seem
bad.
like it was that bad at
No.
all.
The way we went feels like you go to the middle of nowhere and you go about 10 more miles and there you are.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we were way out there in the middle of nowhere, and but an awesome place they got there. Set up a big old pond behind their house and all that. So that was pretty cool. So we set up and played some music and some karaoke for them for a good while there, and had a good time. And they all seemed to enjoy themselves for sure.
Yes.
Maybe a little too much. A couple of them. I don't know.
Have you talked to Glenn since?
I have not. I don't know if he's still living. I ain't sure.
You might need to call him, check on him.
I need to see how his back's doing after after the chair broke his fall there,
Yeah.
whatever you want to call it. No, that was pretty bad. It was funny. That chair was old and brittle, but it had nothing to do.
Like 3 weeks. I mean,
it had nothing to do with him falling into it. Kind of, sort of, not at all.
oh, here, just have another drink, man.
Yeah. It was good. It was fun times. Everybody seemed to enjoy themselves, and that was good. So, yeah, we did that, and church Sunday was always good, as always. Lebanon Free Will Baptist. Anybody around that is willing to and able to come hang out with us on
Hang out
Sundays.
with us.
You'll love it for sure. So, anyway, Preacher Mac had a good lesson for us. So we all need that for sure. And you went to a family reunion, huh?
I did for a little while. I did.
How was that?
It was. We got a bunch of old folk in our family.
Did you see a bunch of family that you didn't know were family?
The majority of it, yes.
That's always
I think I knew
family
about
reunion.
5 people there. But
Yeah.
Normally we run around 150 people at our family.
Really?
Yeah, it's normally pretty big.
Wow.
But this year I think we have 45.
Really? What happened?
I guess just COVID.
Y'all got old or what?
Well, that happened to some of them, but
Getting old happened.
It happened. But,
Yeah, I guess the COVID kind of does.
Yeah, I think some of them were still just being that they were old.
Right.
They didn't want to come hang out like that. Yeah,
Well, I get that. I reckon. But
we're
that's cool.
getting rid of masks around here though.
We are. I love it. They're opening up stuff back 100% capacity around us, and it's getting better, man. It's slowly getting better, I guess.
All the tracks pretty much announced 100% capacity from here on out.
Yep.
Except for California tracks, and they won't ever go back.
Yeah.
Probably
Dover was.
just close them down.
Yeah, I know, right? Dover,
It might not be 100%, but I'm gonna tell you what.
Well, yeah, like they, whatever capacity, whatever percentage they were able to sell, they sold.
And then they just let everybody else in.
I believe so, because I mean, dude, they weren't limited. And that's kind of the thing I kind of wondered about Darlington. We didn't really talk about this, but they kind of had pods, if you will, for when you buy seats at Darlington. That's kind of how it was. It was kind of like 4, and then it was separated a little bit, and then 4, and then separated a little bit. That ain't how we sat.
No.
We were on top of everybody. I was like, what is the purpose here? Just let everybody just sit wherever they want, I guess.
Sell them all and go.
Which is fine, but I mean, it didn't really make sense. But, you know, when we went to Daytona, it was very much potted. It was,
Oh God, yes.
you know, it was
like us 3 rows above us. Then there'd be somebody at the other
Right.
end of the row, and then
yeah, which it was awesome because you could move around and
Yeah.
wasn't nobody on
We-
top of you.
we could put a seat in between every one of us just so we had extra room.
Oh yeah, you could put your feet up in front of you. That was nice. But yeah, I mean, it did. Dover definitely looked over the capacity that they allowed. I guess you say. I don't know, but they hadn't been able to have fans there since 2019.
Yeah.
So-
They ran 2 races there last year with no fans.
Right, they
Or
were
2
itching-
weekends of races.
Right, they were itching to get back for sure. Seemed
bet.
like
A bit. So that was. So what about your Sunday? What'd you do Sunday? While I was at the family reunion.
yeah. Well, see, I I messed up back there. Saturday, David come over to the house and he said, "Man, just go ride the bike a little bit." And before we went over there to work, I said, "No, I ain't gonna ride it. No, go ride it. Just go ride, try it out." And I was kind of intimidated a little bit because, I mean, I ain't but 150 pounds, which, whatever. But
Soaking wet with rocks in his shoes. But yeah, go ahead.
yeah, pretty much. So this big old ultra class, I mean, it was kind of intimidating. But that thing, like riding a bull, like that thing's big. So I was kind of like, I don't want to go out here and drop the man's bike in the dirt to start with.
Oh, well.
So
hey, it got full coverage. It's all right.
That's true. So anyway, I ended up riding, and once you get rolling with that thing, man, it's so easy to drive, and really relaxing, and just a breeze to ride. I mean, simple as that. I mean, it's weird to say, but it's easier to ride than a smaller like a Dana or anything like that. It's easier to ride.
Yeah.
Don't make sense, but it is. And the center of gravity is higher and all that. But anyway, so I get out, rode a little bit, and I had already been looking for a bike and for a while now and been wanting one, but I think that was kind of the icing on the cake for me. Then, so Sunday after church, we rode down to the beach, and after looking up finally and finding fuel after about an hour of hunting, we made it on up to Shalote Beach Harley, and fortunately and unfortunately, the one that I had been looking at on the internet was still there. So I guess
That's always how it works. Hate it when that happens.
I know it. But anyway, yeah, so I ended up getting me one as well this weekend. And I'm telling you what, they make it too easy at the Harley shop.
I'm telling you, bro.
Dude, we were in and out of there in like an hour and 45 minutes. That's it.
I was not on Friday.
No, but it don't make sense, though. It's like, it's too easy. It's like Amazon. It's too easy to buy something on there, man. Dang,
like buying $3,000 worth of popsicles.
That's it. It's just the same exact thing. It's one click away and you're done, bro. You wait a minute, what just happened? Can I think about it a minute? So,
no, they don't want you to think about it.
No, you can't think about it. But anyway, really worked out good for us, and got a good deal on it, and it worked out. So anyway, got that, and not planning on doing it, but it worked out that way, I guess, and came home when we won yesterday. So anyway, it is what it is, and it's done. We're going to enjoy it, and we'll get to ride some when we can, and nothing like being on a motorcycle, really, though. And a nice, pretty day, and
I'm telling you,
get out on the old country road and ride. That's
what I was saying. Me and Kayla got out Sunday. After the family reunion, she called her mom and was like, "You think you can watch the boys for just a little while for us to just ride for a little while?" So we got out, and like I said, we rode about 100. I'll put it this way: I got fuel Sunday morning before church. Drove to church. Drove to the family reunion. Drove back. We went riding, and I think we passed 3 stoplights the entire time.
That's nice.
And when I looked at it this morning, there was 160 miles on that one.
That's nice.
So we rode for a little while.
Yes, sir. It's nice when you can do that, though. You try to ride up in town, man. Golly, bro. Traffic
Stop, go.
Yeah, that's aggravating, especially when
Fortunately, where I live at, my commute back and forth to work don't really go through a whole lot of red lights or nothing like that.
Right.
So it's kind of a enjoyable ride. But I'm going to tell you what, I drove it to work this morning. It was a little airish.
Yeah.
Probably
going to be airish.
Probably going to be airish tonight when I drive it home. But
yeah. Probably so.
It'll be all right. I got 2 jackets now.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, we're gonna enjoy it and ride a little bit when we can here and there. But yeah, so we got us a toy.
So if y'all see us at the track riding up on some motorcycles, just know we come and watch the race.
That's it. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, it was a wide open, non-racing related, essentially, kind of, but wide open weekend.
Yeah, but before we went to the party there on Saturday, we decided to stop and grab us a bite to eat and sit and watch some of the Xfinity race. Yeah,
we got to watch the tail end of that, and man, I'm telling you what, dude, Hendrick and Junior Motorsports, they done found something.
They definitely have.
They have found something for sure, because really a couple weeks ago, Justin Allgaier been kind of 10th
place,
7th, 8th,
yeah.
whatever place car, and they've jumped up there pretty good bit. Even Michael Nett's been showing a little something.
Yeah, he's
here.
been top 10 last.
Yeah,
which is kind of unusual for him.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, we got it on there, and that was probably what 60 something laps ago. I guess it was 70 somewhere along that ballpark, and Justin was leading, and our buddy, old Josh Berry, was right on right on him. I said, man, look at there, dude. Every weekend, bud. Every weekend he runs, he's there.
Oh, yeah.
I love it. I love it. That is really good, and I think that's a good selling point for him.
It's got to be
sponsor. He can't do much else. That's for sure.
If it's not, then the Xfinity Series is in a real bad place.
Exactly, definitely is, for sure. So, but yeah, the junior motorsports cars were strong, very very strong, and I think they were better long run. I don't know. Kind of goes back to the clean air deal and all this, whatever. But had that late race caution there, which they all had to pit anyway for tires and all, fuel, whatever. So it wouldn't have worked out for Josh at that point anyway. But Josh was pulling away. He had a good long run car.
Yeah.
And listening to him on the scanner there, he was wanting a tight car, which is kind of opposite what I figured you would want at Dover.
I thought the car got too tight on him, but then I listened to an interview that he did, and he said the car freed up too much at the first run for him. So I would think because the corner exits are so tight at Dover off 2 and 4. I mean, they're tight exits. I would think you really want to get that car turned in the center, have a free car, and then drive off. But no, he's good having it tight.
Well, I guess Dover's kind of opposite of a lot of tracks when you're too free at Dover, the car unloads so much on entry. So I guess the back end could feel really, really light.
It could.
And, that's kind of what we were thinking on that restart. He was running top. I'm like, he's loose. What going on? But I don't know. I'm not sure really what was going on with him there. But I don't know if they made any adjustments or not. It might have just been the tires. I don't know. But he wanted a tight race car, which is kind of opposite of what I would think for Dover. But on that last restart there, Austin Cindric got out and
on a rocket ship.
left him for sure. Wasn't nothing they could do there. I think if Josh had gotten around Justin a little sooner, because he kind of, I don't know if Josh is just not.
That's what I was fixing to say. Looking at it, it's just like maybe he don't want to ruffle feathers, but just like he's not quite aggressive enough on them restarts.
Well, that's the thing that I think that, we even talked about at Darlington from the, last week or whatever. They go crazy on restarts, but you kind of got to, the way this car and the way this package is and all throughout the whole top tiers of series there. It's all in clean air, 100%. I mean, that's Austin took off to a 3-4 second lead. And then once he was in lap traffic, they just kind of maintained at that point. There was nothing else you could do, really. So I hate that for Josh. I want to see him get another win. But
yeah, but it was cool to see him win that $100,000.
Yeah, definitely, man.
That ought to give him another race or two.
That would sure give him another race for sure. I hope. But two back-to-back second place finishes.
At real driver tracks.
And that's the first time he's been there.
Yeah, oh yeah. No practice.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So he's got a lot of things in his favor, and if he can get buttoned up for a full-time ride next year with Junior.
It sounds like some stuff must be coming around.
It definitely should, man. He's proven himself. I think he's 14th in points and ain't run half the races.
Jeez.
Pretty good.
Pretty good finishing odds.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens with him, but we pulling for him for hard for sure. But glad to see that they brought home the other $100,000. And I don't know if we talked about it last week, but I know we said something about Noah and him failing post-race inspection and all that, and he lost the $100,000 deal. Well, Noah's crew chief wanted to appeal it.
Yep.
Junior told him, no, just leave it alone, let it go.
Let's just pay it and be done.
Pay it, move on. So they were going to lose the $100,000. They were going to lose the finishing position and all that. And Noah's crew chief was like, no, dude,
We're right.
We're good. So we're appealing it. And they did, and they won, surprisingly, which you don't really hear much of.
No, that's like used to you'd see some fights or something like that. Something that was real judgment calls. You know, what they were saying was going on Noah's car was suspension related. And normally that's pretty black and white when that happens. So it was really odd to see them turn over that call, really, because like I said, some fight stuff, every now and then they would turn over. If they charge them points, they'd be like, all right, well, we're still fine you. We'll give you points back. Something like that. Yeah, that happens. Right. But normally when it's a technical issue, normally you don't see it get overturned like that. So that's...
No. Well, it kind of reminds me of a challenge play in baseball or football. I mean, it is very hard for them to overturn their on-the-field call.
Right.
Especially NASCAR, especially how black and white it is. So he really felt strongly about, what they had there, and he was right. So that was good. So he ended up getting the finishing position, I think 4th or wherever he finished.
He must have found a good gray area is all I can say.
It must have been, but it must have been really, really dark gray. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, so they got the $100,000 and all that. So that was good for them. Glad to see that.
Yeah, faux show. Junior Motorsports has won $200,000 in the last 2 weeks just on bonus money.
Yeah, you can't complain about that too much, man. That's pretty good for sure. That's better than a win.
It really is. He probably, in all honesty, he probably made more than Austin Cindric did winning the race.
Yeah.
So
yeah, for sure.
I mean, I know you still want to win, but
Yeah, you definitely. And I think that's what Josh is kind of going for more so. I guess I don't know. In his sense, I mean, I think he's already proven himself and his ability. The way I look at it. So does he want to just go there and rack up wins every time he can get in the car? I don't know. But
that's what every driver wants to do, ain't it?
Well, of course, but sometimes you gotta just take what you can get in some cases.
Some days you got a 5th place car, and if you can get second, then you're
right.
You're great.
So I don't know. I don't know, but I'm glad to see how he's running now, and hopefully he can continue that for sure.
One thing I will say about just overall racing at Dover this past weekend, from what I saw of it, I ended up watching replay of both races. Man, in my opinion, there was a lot of people said Jeff Gluck put his pole up, and most people said it was a good race. He thought it was going to go the opposite way. I'm kind of on the opposite side of it. It was, and I'm just saying overall as the weekend, it just, these races, a lot of them just seem so strung out anymore.
Well, I mean, it pretty much is that way now, and it's going to be.
It's like they race hard for position for 2 laps, and then
that's it.
That's it.
They ain't much moving from there, but yeah. For sure, but rolled into Sunday, man. It's funny how the 9 car fails post race inspection.
I think has he failed like the last month worth of pre race inspection?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he has. I think they want that for some weird reason. I don't really understand it.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, them daggone like what we were talking about a minute ago. The Hendrick cars. Oh my Lord. I mean, I've never seen one team just hit on it that well. Since I saw it, the only other time it's been done in the modern era is done back in the 50s, where supposedly team cars finished top 40. The only other time it's been done in the modern era of NASCAR was Roush did it at, I can't remember where they done it. Was it Richmond or something like that? I think it was. Greg Biffle won. Mark Martin was second. Matt Kenseth was third. And Carl Edwards was 4th. So Roush was the only other one to do it. Now Hendrick has done it, and dude, it was like they couldn't do any wrong. And Kyle Larson was saying, because Kyle Larson again led the most laps.
Yep,
won 2 stages, great points day, but he didn't get out first on the money stop.
And
he said the cars were just so even. Their cars were so even that wherever you came out at, that's pretty much where you were going to stay.
Yep. Well, they didn't look into that top 4 either. They were the dominant cars for sure all day. And, seeing Chase come up through the field like he did, seeing how hard, and that's what's so weird to me. They say it's hard to pass. And I guess it's all in I guess when you get to the front, they're so equal at that point that it's hard to pass.
Well, I guess it's a relative term. I guess it's hard to
Yeah.
pass relative
Well, I
to
mean,
equal cars.
right. I guess you depend on air so much at that point because they're so even. That's why it makes it so hard to pass.
Right.
I guess. Anyway, but dude, he was in the top 10 in no time. I mean, I'm like, good Lord, how did he get there so fast? But they were strong for sure all day. Kyle Larson I think he's definitely the most consistent that I've seen and that I can remember. I don't know how Denny Hamlin has still got 100 and something point lead. I don't understand it.
Yeah, but to keep on, it ain't gonna make no difference.
I know. I know it.
I mean, I personally would love to see it get to that, but at the same time, it kind of takes out consistency out of it. Because as much as I hate to say it, does Michael McDowell really deserve to go to the playoffs for winning Daytona?
No, I've always said that. I don't like that. I like consistency through. That's how it should be. I mean, if you finish second every single weekend,
Yeah.
and there's 16 winners, you're not going.
Right.
That ain't right. It ain't. And no matter who it is, I don't really care for Denny Hamlin that much. I liked him at Darlington because he had Slick Johnson's pace scheme. But I don't like that. They've been consistent. It don't make sense really to do that, in my opinion. I mean, it really just takes the whole meaning of consistency out. It does not matter. It does not make a difference.
Well, this is going to happen regardless this year. There's been, what is it now, 11? 11 or
I think 11.
11 different winners. And we're getting some repeats now. Mark Truex won 3. This is Alex's second.
Yeah.
But there's still a good bit of racing to go before first playoff race at Darlington.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot.
I mean, we just had Darlington last week, and the first playoff race is at Darlington in September.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot of races to go.
A lot of races. There's a lot of good race cars that haven't won.
There is. I really think Matt Benedetto, he could come up and surprise everybody.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the plate tracks could always be.
Oh yeah, but I'm gonna tell you, he's running good on some mile and a half stuff here.
Oh yeah, for sure. But you got
Austin Dillon could jump up there somehow and win something.
Well, you got 2 more plate races this year, right? Or are they running a road course at Daytona? I can't remember.
The road course at Daytona.
Okay, so you got Talladega left. That could be another Michael McDowell.
Oh yeah.
That could be Ricky Stenhouse could win it. Whatever.
Oh yeah, easily.
Dude, you at 11 now. You got a long time to aim at 5 more spots.
But that's what I'm getting at. Is it's gonna happen this year that somebody who was consistent enough to be let's just say, could have been technically a 6th place car. They're not going to make it in the playoffs.
No, they are not at all. And I don't know, man. I guess that's
Michael McDowell ends up falling way back farther in the points. But
I don't see that.
I don't think he's going to fall that far back.
No, I don't either. And it just makes it so much more difficult. I mean, you got some really good race cars that you would think would be in it by now, and that's not. But
I just can't agree with the 1 win and you're in. I could see if they want to do it 2 wins locks you in.
Yeah, I can agree with that more because that's a little more. I mean, you can't look into 2 wins as much. I mean, I know Ricky Stenhouse did. I think that year he won 2, but I mean,
you
whatever.
had to be good at something. You had to be good at plate tracks. I mean, that's what he was, or whatever he won. Austin Dillon. I mean, that's a prime example in my opinion. When's the last time he's won 2 races in a year?
I don't think he
has.
In an Xfinity car, maybe.
Exactly. I don't think he has. He always ends up some crazy fuel mileage and or somehow stay out, on some green white checker, and just because he's got track position, he wins a race, or he leads the whole 600 just because they hit setup that day, which is fine. But I don't think running good in 1 race should put you in the playoffs. I just can't. I can't do that.
No, I don't agree with that either. I really don't. And who knows? They may end up changing it up again next year. I don't know, but I don't like consistency not playing in a factor. I don't
No.
at all. I don't at all. But yeah. So Denny Hamlin is still technically in the points lead as far as the regular season points.
That's what's funny is, all right, say they ended up with 16 different winners and Denny Hamlin was not one of those. I think he would be, but I'm just hypothetically speaking. He would win the regular season championship and he would get all the playoff points for winning the regular season championship but not make it to the playoffs.
Right. Yeah, it's very odd to me, but
and that, I'm gonna tell you what, NASCAR would hate to see that happen.
Oh, absolutely.
Sorry, I can't
For
do that
sure.
right now.
Siri didn't want to talk about that.
Siri wanted to talk. But yeah, I mean, I'm looking at it right now, and you know, the driver points. Denny Hamlin's in the lead by 101. William Byron's in second in points. You wouldn't really think that.
No. Well, that's something else probably need to bring up. That's 11 straight top 10s for William Byron this weekend.
That's awesome. He's definitely pointing his way for sure, and
Well, he's got to win too. So
yeah, he does. He definitely does. So, but yeah, Martin Truex with 3 wins is third in points. It's kind of crazy, but Joe Logano, Kyle Larson, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, so on. But the playoffs, Denny Hamlin's still second in points theoretically right now.
right.
293 points from the cutoff. But like you said, I mean, you got Chase Elliott without a win, Kevin Harvick without a win, Austin Dillon could easily get a win, Matt DiBenedetto, Kurt Busch, Ricky Stenhouse. I mean, there's a Cole Custer, Eric Jones, ones that have won.
Oh yeah, in years past.
Recently,
Yeah.
that could easily put this thing where it's all wins, which would be crazy, man. It really would. But
I'd love to see it happen one year, just to call, just to basically exploit the whole point system.
ooh, you see some ill people, Bo. If Denny Hamlin didn't win a race this year
And still have more points than
and
everybody.
won the regular season championship, that would be crazy.
And was kicked out of the playoffs.
That would yeah, that'd be crazy. I wouldn't like it for him or anybody, but that would be.
I would like it because they would change the point system.
They would. You guarantee that for sure. But yeah, like we said, Alex Bowman, they all dominated. I mean, it was just like you said, whoever won that money stop is who was going to win the race, and
Between those four, yeah.
that's pretty much how it happened. And I think this, which I know it's always played a factor, but with the front row anyway, but the choose cone or whatever they call it has played a big factor recently.
I like it. I do like that.
I really do, especially at like Darlington, for instance. Dover even.
When you can take a chance and maybe make something work, or you can take a chance and it might push you on back.
Right, but there's always that chance there. I like that. That is cool, but it didn't really make a difference when the top 4 was all Hendrick cars. But but I like seeing. I've always pulled for Hendrick. I like Rick a lot. He's a really good guy. We've talked about it on the show before. We saw him at a motorcycle rally deal, and just a really good business man and team,
down to earth guy. I mean, you go talk to him and you feel like he was at your family reunion, just hanging out, eating some barbecue or something.
Exactly. So, they went through a struggle there for quite a while, really, and I'm glad to see him back on top now.
I am. I hate it for people like Dale Earnhardt Jr., Jeff Gordon, and Jimmy Johnson there, because their last couple of years
they were struggling.
They were struggling then. Unfortunately, Jeff Gordon in his actual full final year, he got a win. Jimmy Johnson didn't get that chance.
No, I think this year, I think he could have easily done it.
Oh yeah.
Especially
well, Alex talked about it in Victory Lane. He was like, this car is just meant to be in Victory Lane here.
Yeah, exactly. So that was cool for sure. Look forward to seeing how they progress throughout the year. I don't know if we've talked about it before too. I mean, there is no more. There is nothing else as far as the car goes that you can do really this year. So you kind of got what you got.
Well, apparently they did something.
I mean, what is it, that they found at the end of last year that they've carried through that the other teams have not picked up on?
I think it's got to be something in shocks.
It may well be.
I think it, or shop mountings or something like that.
Yeah.
because that's what they called Noah wrong on. There was something that moved that wasn't supposed to move and stuff like that, and he didn't even win that race. But it's just mighty funny that all of a sudden something like that happens and all the affiliated teams all start running better.
Right. And, another thing, too, is, and we've talked about it again, and here is a 9 car going to the back. Are they doing blatant stuff for them to not catch what they're really doing? I mean, I don't know,
I don't know. Well, see, they changed. I found out that they changed how they're doing the pre-race inspection stuff now. Used to, they'd inspect you, and the first thing they found wrong, they called you wrong. All right, go out. Go change it. Get this right. Now, since they got the laser scan deal, all that stuff, they go in there one time. However many things they find wrong on that one time, they're counting that as like you're failing inspection that many times.
Dang.
So that's why Chase is getting thrown to the back.
Right.
Because they're having a couple things out, and then and I guess they're doing that just to limit time, since they're doing all this stupid stuff still that only at the track one day. And I mean, I kind of like that, but I still think there should be some qualifying and stuff. But that's for another topic. We've talked about it 40,000 times.
Yeah, that's a broken record, but I don't know. They definitely are not. It's not something that's just so happening. It's they know what they're doing.
Oh yes.
Yes. I can definitely tell you that.
And that's the thing, is they're willing to let it happen because they get their. Well, they don't get their starting spot, but they got their pit pick.
Right. Oh yeah. I mean,
and it's just like, all right, whatever.
And I mean, by the end of the freaking first stage, most of the time, by the end of the competition caution, he's already back in the top 10.
Exactly.
So it don't matter. It don't matter different.
He's still getting
stage points.
And
yeah, it's crazy, but whatever it is, they got it figured out. Glad to see it. Glad to see Kyle Larson. I mean, I think what we all expected from Kyle and all figured that would happen with Kyle Larson is happening now. I think and we've seen the Ganassi cars. We see how they struggle, and I don't know why that is, but
they're so closely affiliated with Hendrick.
I know.
I don't understand it.
It doesn't really make sense at all, and I think that really held Kyle back for a while there. I mean, it didn't showcase what he could really do with a race car, and like Ross Chastain, I really figured that he would show some stuff. Because he's a talented race car driver. He is. We saw that. And now it's like he just can't do nothing. Kurt Busch can't do nothing.
Well, it also even... Well, we know Kurt Busch can, but it also makes me want to ask, because we've seen Ross Chastain in a truck run great. We've seen him in Xfinity stuff run great. We've never seen him run great in Cup stuff. And we all just thought it because he was running... that stuff he was running last year and the year before, just to run races. He was just a field filler, basically.
Right.
We thought that. But then you see a guy who finishes second in the Xfinity race on Saturday. He gets in a Spire Motorsports car. Now, we know Spire isn't top of the line, but supposedly they've sunk a whole lot of money in their program this year. And I don't think he would have got in it if he didn't think it was decent equipment. But he was 2 laps down before, he could do anything.
Right. I know.
So is the equipment making that big a difference, or is these Cup cars that much different from an Xfinity and truck?
I don't know. It's really hard to say that, but it looks like, honestly, from hearing it, driving a Cup car nowadays is somewhat easier, from what we've heard, than a Xfinity car.
Yeah.
So what is so much different about it? What is it? Is it just the talent at that level that's that much better, I don't know that I could see that. I don't know. It may be. But I mean, even so, like Christopher Bell, Eric Jones, Cole Custer. Cole Custer he would dominate in an Xfinity car, and you really ain't seen much from him. Not consistently anyway.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I don't really know what it is. It may be the competition level is that much more top tier that the edge of the equipment makes that much more of a difference. I don't know.
I don't know. It's crazy. It is crazy to me. I want to go back real fast. Something that you just reminded me of. How about we've noticed past couple of weeks, Ty Gibbs still not having a sponsor on his car at all.
Yeah, I don't get that. I really don't.
Monster was kind of all behind him, and then all of a sudden, ARCA Series, Xfinity Series, all of it, nothing on the car.
Yeah, it's just plain black car. I don't know really. I don't understand it either. I mean, I would figure that Joe Gibbs would. I mean, sponsorship really ain't the issue for them. You know, why wouldn't they have something on that race car?
I don't know. It's crazy.
It looks very odd to me, but listening to him talk, though, I will say, Ty, you know, he was a really cocky dude, and, you know, he's kind of a brat, kind of come across, honestly.
Yeah.
And here in the past probably the past month that I've heard interviews of him, he seems a lot better.
I think somebody got on his case after Daytona.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I heard him in some interviews after that he was really apologizing about the way he acted at Daytona.
Okay, well,
And because he sounded like a teetotal brat at Daytona.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
definitely.
I mean, I'm sorry. You don't like that there are team cars in front of you doing what team cars do. But guess what? If Joe Gibbs Joe Gibbs Racing was the first four cars, they're going to do what they have to do for one of those cars to win that race too. So I think somebody got to him after that and said, look, that we would have done the same thing if we were in that position.
Right.
So,
yeah.
I mean, I know he wanted to win, but I mean, everybody out there wanted to win. Quit whining. So
Yeah.
maybe I think somebody got to him. Maybe.
Yeah, I hope so, really, because I don't want him to get that. You know, it kind of seems like he's going for the whole Kyle Busch act, kind of, sort of. And, you know, Kyle, whether it's right or wrong, Kyle has kind of earned that, if you will, I guess.
Well, Kyle didn't try to do it. That was the thing.
No, he was always that way, but I'm
He was just
saying
that way, and it just seems like Ty's trying to do it.
right. You know, having that persona of him, it really is. It don't look good on him. It really don't. So hopefully he can turn that around and earn the respect that he needs, because I know the boy's good and he's in the best possible equipment that you could ask for. But he's gonna get a rude awakening when he comes to Cup.
Yes.
Doing that ain't gonna go very far. That kind of goes back to that talent level. When they're all as good or better than you, it's really hard to get anywhere, especially running people like he does, because he don't waste much time trying to get around you. He'll rough you up quick, and I'm all for that. I like it, but don't whine when it comes back to you.
Well, that's my thing, is let you drive and do the talking.
Right.
I mean, just go with it. If somebody gives it back to you, well, you probably deserve it. You probably should know that.
Exactly. So, yeah, I don't know if all of that said it's got something to do with sponsorship. I don't really know. It don't really make sense, though, because I just don't see a Gibbs car plain black. I don't see that.
It's odd. It's very odd. Very, very odd. Well, cool. Something else cool I want to tell y'all about that we did Sunday night. We were on... Well, we were finally the ones being interviewed, actually.
Yeah.
On the Blood Eagle Racing podcast. With Tyler Logard and Kale Maben there. So that was pretty fun. We got to talk about some cool stuff, talk about how we got into racing. You know, normally we're the one talking to these guys about how everybody gets into racing and all that stuff. Well, they kind of turned the roll on us, I reckon.
Yeah, it did. It was cool, man. It really was. We really appreciate them having us on and supporting us. They have from the get-go there pretty much. So it's been really cool, and we look forward to doing the same for them. And everybody that's listening, y'all go check them out and give them some love and help them out too, man. We all need it. It's all for fun, and we want to grow this thing, and we hope that they can do that as well up there in the north a little bit.
That's right. So y'all go check out Blood Eagle Racing. They got a big Facebook page up there. They post their first 2 episodes so far on there, and cool stuff, fun stuff. Good guys, fun to talk to, fun to listen to.
Yeah, for sure.
So y'all go check that out. Fun. We know who else has good stuff.
How about some SRI?
SRI Performance. They got everything you need. Anything from any fastener that you could think of that you could possibly need to a complete engine.
Ready to go.
Ready to ride. So anything in between also, guys. So y'all go check out SRI Performance at www.sriperformance.com. If you're ordering online, be sure to type in promo code CBONE10. That is C as in
chicken.
BONE10. Also, while you're on there, guys, check out Draco Springs. They got all their PDF sheets live and available on sriperformance.com. While you're there, guys, working on that performance side, some of you guys probably need to start working on some race cars and getting them back together. You know, there's a lot of work to be done on them. Y'all head over to Stock Car Steel and Aluminum. Check out everything they need, everything from Pro Moly tubing to all your sheet metals that you could probably ever need. Check them out. And get your car looking right, get it running right, and get back there on the racetrack. Remember, SRI is your one-stop shop for all things racing.
Yes, sir. Sure is.
Yes, sir.
Can't beat it.
Not with a stick.
Exactly. Yes, sir. I love them. I love that place. I love everything they're about. So definitely go check them out and get you some stuff.
Give them some loves. They give you some loves back. Also, not far down the road from there, our buddy Earl Raymond Racing Engines. Once y'all
all I can tell you is if you want to win, I don't even care what you're doing. Get your Earl Raymond Racing Engine, because every time I look, somebody's winning.
Somebody, there are like multiple somebodies.
All the time. Everywhere. I don't think dude sleeps, but he's constantly, every time I see he's working on a motor, or on the dyno, whatever. He's constantly.
Oh no, there was a Snapchat he put out today. He was sitting on a dock somewhere with the boat.
Dang, what was he doing?
I don't know. There ain't no telling what Earl. Who knows? But no, seriously, guys, he is Earl Raymond Racing Engines probably has your best. First of all, crate motor. Since crate motor world has blown up, get all your blueprinted crate engines from Earl Raymond Racing Engines. You won't find a better one on the market. Also, any of the open engines, you call him up, tell him what you need. He can get it done for you. And when you get all that good power in the car, go get that car put on the chassis dyno and see what kind of power you're putting out at the rear wheels. That way you can tune on your complete drive line at that point.
Yes, sir.
Get the most power that you can to the rear wheels. And tell him we sent you.
Yeah, he might give you a T-shirt or something.
Yeah, he did get some T-shirts. I saw that.
Nice shirts. I like those shirts. We got to get this one, man.
Here you go. Got your T-shirt.
T-shirt. Mr. Scott Blues.
Scott Blues. Got your T-shirt. Here you go. I don't even remember what that was, but it was years ago. It was
funny.
Hilarious.
It's an inside joke, everybody. We apologize.
We digress. Oh, well, speaking of him, the dirt racing side, one thing I really watched last week on the dirt side was the Flow Racing race night in America.
Yeah.
At Brownstown. Kyle Larson went up there with our boy Kevin Rumley, and first time he's ever been to Brownstown. First time ever. Period. Not in a sprint car. Not in nothing. Just first time he's ever been there, period. Sets a new track record.
It's crazy, but
Just like he did at Charlotte Dirt Track.
yep.
But this time, he goes out there and leads all but one lap of the feature.
Yep.
I mean, just made him look bad.
Bad. With the right rear hanging off track.
The track. Off the track. If y'all don't know, Brownstown does not have a wall directly around it. And he'd go in the corner, and I swore every lap he's gone. He's out there in the field. No, all of a sudden that right rear would dip down a little bit, and he's nailing it back in it. Looked like the back in the car would jump back over the track, and just flying. I'm gonna tell you, dude. I know some people are probably tired of hearing it. I do not think there is a better talent in a race car, and that is over multiple categories of race cars.
Anything, yeah.
That has come in a long, long, long time, if ever.
Yeah, I'd be willing to say he's probably overall talent behind a wheel, by far the best that I've ever seen. It's insane to watch, man. I mean, it really is, and he's so nonchalant about it. That's what's so cool. It ain't like he's just showing off. It's just no, he just likes racing, and here I am, and I'm gonna go give it my best. And normally it's the best.
The best. So it was. It was a crazy show to watch. Y'all go back and look at it. Tanner English was hilarious after the race. They interviewed Tanner. And Tanner had a really fast car too. Tanner was like, "Man, I wish he'd just go back to NASCAR and keep beating up on him because I'm getting tired being outrun by him."
Yeah, that's about everywhere. I mean, last year he won 50-something sprint car races or whatever it was. I bet they were glad to see him go back too.
Yeah, I mean they are, but you have to also think if that's the bar that needs to be set, I need to be running that fast also. So
definitely,
it's definitely a double-edged sword when it happens. It's if you can get out there and outrun him, you know
you're doing good.
You're doing good.
Yep, absolutely.
If you don't outrun him, you know you need to work harder.
Exactly.
So
it's just crazy to me. It's crazy how you can take time off of this car and not really just. I'm not saying not forget how to drive the car, but you've been driving something totally different, and then you show up to a track you've never been to, back in a car that you ain't been to in a while. It just makes no sense to me. It's a freak of nature, that's for sure.
Dude, he's insane. So that's cool to see. Another thing that went on last week that we cannot fail to talk about, our boy, the part-time co-host, Derek Griffith, bringing home the number one spot in the short track short track draft.
Yeah. Which had dirt guys in it.
Yeah, well, that was it had a mixture of anybody in it.
It was the top 300, wasn't it? I think it was that they had to choose from. I don't know. Well, there was 300. I think there was 300 drivers that the whoever the voting cast was had to pick from.
Yeah.
And there was some stout drivers in that categories in that whole deal.
Well, I mean, I'll put it this way: Stephen Nasty was third. Bobby Pierce was
fifth, I think.
Fifth.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, Corey Haim
was second.
Yeah.
And our boy Derek Griffith, number one draft pick.
I love it, man. That is awesome. Well, I can't remember where he finished last year. Was it third?
Third.
Or was it third.
Third. Yeah, third.
So I kind of I saw there was no way he could go down. He couldn't go backwards from that.
He's had a better year.
Because he's had a better year. So I really was kind of thinking, I was thinking it was between Corey Haim and Derek Griffith. And when they got to the final two there, they still had a bunch of names on the board. And Alan Deeks told him just
wipe the rest.
Just wipe the rest of them off. And I was like, okay, well, there's your top two. And I don't know if, I mean, that was a tough that was tough between the two. I mean, they're both really good. But Corey's more into he's getting into the trucks and stuff.
Well,
more,
he's
so-
run the ARCA series and
Right.
getting into trucks now, and so he hadn't run as many
Right.
short tracks, which is what I think gave Derek the win on that.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think him coming down here and dominating both Easter bunnies really kind of was the icing on the cake for that.
Yes,
I think they kinda set
winning the championship down at
New Smyrna. and
New
all that.
Smyrna again for second year in a row.
Right.
Even though that, saying that you did something for a second year in a row, that doesn't actually have bearing on it, saying last year, but doing something twice in a row like that is harder to do
Yeah, for sure.
because everybody is gunning for you. So
Yeah.
to be able to accomplish the things he has accomplished this year with a team that is just a family,
Yeah.
going to the track with one car in the trailer.
Yeah, exactly.
going-
I mean, they're not rolling in with a stacker, big old, huge, all
No.
this big buck, everything. And
about a 34-foot gooseneck trailer or so, and
well, I mean, it's
it's when he goes to the track, it is not the biggest trailer there or nothing like that.
no, I mean,
it's-
but it's just a big family to me. I mean,
Exactly.
That's awesome about it, and they can go out and perform like that, and he deserves it, man. Great day. I'd love to see him get a full-time ride in ARCA or something, and where he can really not stress and worry about race to race, but just focus and try to perform as best he could. I know he could do it.
oh yeah,
for
I mean,
sure.
it's just like a Josh Berry situation.
Yep.
The talent is there.
Yep.
Getting the rest of the stuff rolling on
Yeah.
it is the hard part. But we've talked to Derek about it before too, and he is completely content with if he runs late miles the rest of his life, he's fine with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. But I just hate to see that talent not go to waste per se, but just not exceed to where it should.
Just not be used to its full extent.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So congratulations to him again. Something else that came up this week, it's been especially rolling around the social medias, was kind of the fight heard around the pits, I guess we'll say. Justin Johnson and Justin Carroll at Tri-County. Whoo, that was a slobber knocker there.
Slobber night, to say the least.
They first started in victory lane. I guess somebody run over somebody. I don't know. Just typical racing stuff. But Justin Carroll said he's done wrecked him I don't know how many times and blah, blah, blah. So they started fighting in victory lane. Well, okay. After that, everybody they split them up. So they all went back to the pits. Well, when they went to the pits, all right, I'm just going off of what I've heard, what I could see on video, but I don't know. I wasn't there. Justin's wife is saying that people or the other crew had really outnumbered them, which it did look like. It did look like they really outnumbered them. But they were saying that they started throwing parts and pieces and stuff at them as hard as they could, stuff like that. Well, when they come down there to basically, I will say they came to Justin Johnson and they came to his pit. Well, when they came there, he happened to have a torque wrench in his hand. And he went to wailing on somebody. Well, I guess he lost it, and his wife, Brittany, picked it up at that point. And it was still going on. They were beating on her husband, so she started whooping on some head with a torque wrench.
Ooh, that reminds me of old go-kart track days.
Jesus, that was rough. And there's been a lot of real negative stuff about them. And I know Justin, if he had to do over again, it was just an unfortunate situation. But I can't completely disagree with him. I'm not saying I want to see it at a track by no means, but if what is said was the case, and I know that they had both of their daughters with them at a race. If I'm over at my car, I'm sorry, maybe some of y'all don't agree with me, but if I'm over at my car and my family's all there, and I'm trying to work on my car to get it back in the trailer or whatever else, and I got people coming at me and throwing parts and trying to do harm to me and my family, I'm probably going to hit you whatever I got in my hand too.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, but there've been many nights at the go-kart track. We had crankers we'd be slinging like crazy.
Kidding. I saw a guy. This dude had no reason to do it, but I saw a guy. His driver one night at a go-kart track finished third. Well, the two boys that finished first and second, they went to stand up at the go-kart, took their helmet off. About the time when he did, he hit him right at the top of the head with a mag light. Knocked them both out. I think he just didn't like finishing third, apparently.
Obviously not.
But no, all jokes aside, I mean, like I said, it is a rough situation. I know some people went to the hospital, some people went in the back of the cop car.
Yeah.
And from what I heard, got charged. I don't know if this is true, but I heard they got charged with assault with a deadly weapon.
Yeah.
I'm hoping maybe that'll get dropped to a lesser charge, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I can't. We've been on both sides of it at racetracks. You get tired of somebody. If it was true what Justin Carroll said, and he was Justin Johnson has junked his stuff multiple times. I mean, you ain't gonna stand but for so much of it. So I understand it. But if you're Justin Johnson, and if what was said was true, and people are throwing stuff, and you have a herd of people, I guess you say, attacking them,
right?
And you're really outnumbered, you're gonna do whatever you can to in defense mode there.
Yeah, you got to.
So I'm not saying I agree or disagree with either side personally. I just I know that sounds very political and diplomatic, I reckon, but I could care less. But I'm not going to agree or disagree with either side. It's just a sucky situation, I reckon, at that point.
Yeah, definitely.
Situation that really just shouldn't have happened.
Right.
So, who knows? But it made for some entertainment, I guess, at Tri County.
That was definitely not lacking on the entertainment.
Another thing I saw today. Well, I saw it yesterday, I think. Have you seen that little 4-cylinder car, at Anderson Speedway in Indiana? It caught on fire. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Bad.
Really?
Yeah, and the reason it's going around so much is trying to promote driver safety as far as their safety equipment. It's just happening. It's terrible that somebody has to kind of be the poster child for it, I guess you say, and get made the example out of. But is his car and being, I get it, guys. You drive the fun cheap class at the track. You know, you out there in maybe jeans and a go-kart jacket. Well, I hate to tell you guys, but that jacket you wear on your go-kart is not complete Nomex. It is not fire rated.
No. No, not at all.
It will melt. And this guy had on what they say was a single layer suit, which is a go-kart suit.
Yeah.
And he suffered 2nd and 3rd degree burns pretty much all over his body. And bad situation. Guys, I don't care what class you're in. I know not everybody's got the money to go out and just buy the best of everything. But if, I'm just going to put this out there. If you can't afford to drive safely, you don't need to be on the track.
No, you need to, instead of putting your money in tires or something, you need to make sure you got good safety equipment for sure.
Yeah, they said even some track workers end up getting burned really bad, getting him out the car on their hands and arms and stuff. So I mean, fortunately, them guys were there and willing to do that. That's great, because that car went up like a. I mean, it looked like a big old fireball just rolling around there. So, guys, drivers out there, take your safety seriously. Fire is a bad thing. And it can, just because you got on a good helmet maybe, but the rest of your suit ain't too great. And I know some of you guys don't like to wear gloves. You can't feel the steering wheel. I would suggest getting used to it.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Um,
It's definitely worth it.
it's worth it. I've been burned before myself on a motorcycle. Actually, years ago, I had 3rd-degree burns up my leg. I can promise you, it is not comfortable at all. So, you guys take it serious. Just take it serious. Y'all seen what's all happened at racetracks before. Y'all take it serious because we don't want to see that at all. Nobody wants to see that ever. Anyway, got that over with.
Got your preaching done?
I guess so.
Yeah.
What else we got?
Man, I don't know, man. We and there was a lot we missed this past week. But everybody that's around, anywhere local, definitely take your time and go out to the racetrack. Go watch a good Saturday night shows. Don't forget about them. Got to support them.
Yeah, it's getting good time of year to be at the track, guys. Nice, comfortable nighttime shows at the track. It is time for you guys to be out there. If you haven't already started going out there, y'all get to your local track and support them no matter what, because you don't support them, somebody else going to think they don't need to support them, and it's just going to trickle down. And that track that you enjoy going to once in a while, might not be there for too long.
Exactly.
So y'all be sure to go out and support your local raceways. It don't matter what it is. Don't matter dirt track, asphalt track. If drag racing's your thing, go out and support your local drag strip. If mud bog's your thing, go out and support them.
Yes, sir. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No, it don't matter what it is. Just go support it. Have fun with it. But anyway, guys, as always, we want to thank our partners on this show: SRI Performance, Stock Car Steel and Aluminum, Draco Springs, RK Motorsports Consulting, Earl Ramey Racing Engines, Ford Bite Apparel. Saw old Cole Vandy was at it again this weekend. I don't have the results right here in front of me. I might have to get those and see what we can get. But he was at it at a couple races this past weekend, and I saw one of them. He got tore up, front end car got tore up pretty bad. Got collected in a wreck, but they said they had it back going before they even loaded it up. It was ready to ride again. That's what I love about those micro sprints, bro.
I ain't lying, man. It don't take much to fix them back.
Throw an axle under it and ready to go again. So, y'all go check out Ford Bite Apparel. As we always say, guys, they have cool apparel, cool shirts, cool everything now. I even saw they had some koozies and I mean nice koozies too with Ford Bite on them, and not just your soft things. These were the hard sided, look kind of like brewmate type koozies.
Sweet.
So y'all go check them out. Everybody needs one of them for summertime.
Absolutely.
So y'all get the hook up on all that good stuff. Also, Checkered, the race hub, is your racing social media. That's all it is. Just racing social media. We ain't worried about Aunt Sally's dog or cat or new grandbaby on there. I ain't trying to be mean about that, but there's other places for that.
Well, sometimes you just don't want to see that.
Exactly. Sometimes you just want to see racing. So, y'all go check out Checkered, the race hub. Also, RMAX Solutions. Starling, what'd you get over at RMAX Solutions there?
Dude, I tell you what, you can get. Well, it's funny too, because a lot of places don't really realize. Just like me, I'm in the steel industry. We do a lot of machine work. I never realized that stock car steel and aluminum I could get pretty much anything I needed, round bar, you name it, you can get. Well, a lot of people with RMAX Solutions, they provide fabrication equipment, sales of parts, repair parts, all of that. Well, that's all related to the racing industry for sure, because there's a whole lot involved in the fab world as far as racing goes. So definitely go check them out. They got all kind of different things. Any kind of CNC plasma tables, you name it, they got them. But they can hook you up with parts for those new ones, refurbished ones, set them up for you, get them all rolling for you. Your welders, they got all kind of parts that you can get, replacement parts, you name it. They can hook you up. So don't ever forget about that. You're gonna need those things too. once you get the steel from stock car steel and aluminum, you got to have something to put it on to cut it out.
That's right. That's right. All right, guys. Well, what's the big plan for the week?
Well, we're going to go to work all week. We're going to have some baseball. We're going to have some church. And we're going to do it all over again. So we got a wedding this coming weekend, Saturday night. So we'll be doing that, I guess. That's pretty much about it.
Yeah. For you guys that, I don't know that I really went back into it too much, but I went back to work this week. Today. First day back.
How was it?
I felt like a new guy.
The new guy. Did you forget where it was at?
No, I was just kind of dove right back in, right where I left off. I was like, golly, I just feel like I was here yesterday.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's good.
In 5 months, but so it was cool. It was good.
That's good to
It
get
actually
back
just
to
seemed different.
Well, it's good to kind of get back into a routine regardless. It's,
Oh yeah,
it's good to do that.
yeah. So back at it. We'll see how the old shoulder holds up.
Yeah, hopefully it'll hang with you.
I think it will. I think it'll be all right. Well, cool, guys. Well, anyway, we appreciate y'all hanging out with us again this week. And I reckon we'll be back to talk again next week. So we will see y'all then.
Later.